Hi everyone, welcome back to AR on Air. If you are an adult learning English and you feel nervous, blocked, or insecure when it's time to speak, I want you to know something first. You are not alone. Well, before we start this episode, if you enjoy our podcast and these conversations about real English and real learning, don't forget to follow the show so you don't miss the next episodes. Well, let's talk about something very real today. Many adults say, I understand English, but I can't speak. And most of the time, the problem is not vocabulary. It's not grammar. It's fear. As adults, we learn to associate mistakes with failure. At school, mistakes were corrected in front of everyone. At work, mistakes can cost credibility. So we protect ourselves by staying quiet. But in language learning, mistakes mean something very different. When you make a mistake in English, your brain is experimenting, organizing information, building new neural connections. Mistakes are not proof that you're bad at English. They are proof that learning is happening. Children, for example, learn language faster not because they're smarter, but because they're not afraid of being wrong. They speak, they mix words, they try again. Adults wait to feel ready, and that waiting delays progress. You don't need perfect English to communicate. You don't need perfect pronunciation, perfect grammar. You need permission. Permission to try, to sound imperfect, to be human. Fluency is not about speaking without mistakes. Fluency is about continuing, even when mistakes appear, because they will. And you know what makes this even harder for adults? Comparison. Adults don't compare their English to beginners. They compare themselves to fluent speakers, to colleagues, to people on social media, to someone who has lived abroad. And that comparison creates silence. But what we don't see is the process behind fluency. The years of mistakes, the awkward conversations, the wrong words. No one becomes fluent without sounding uncomfortable first. Another thing that blocks adults is expectation. Many adults believe that after a few months of study, they should already be speaking naturally. But language doesn't work like that. Understanding comes first, then broken sentences, then hesitation, and only later it flows. So if you're in the middle of that process, nothing is wrong with you. From a learning perspective, this is important to understand. Speaking is not a result of learning. Speaking is part of it. You don't learn English and then start speaking. You speak in order to learn. Every attempt matters. Every sentence, even the wrong ones. So instead of asking, why do I still make mistakes? Try asking, am I speaking more than I did before? Progress is not perfection. Progress is movement. So if today you feel stuck, insecure, or afraid of speaking English, let this be your reminder. You are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to learn slowly. You are allowed to speak before feeling confident. Confidence comes after practice, not before. That's it for today. Thank you for listening to AR on Air. If this episode helped you in any way, follow us on social media and stay connected with our community. I'll see you in the next episode.